So I want to show you guys an organizer that I just got. I've really been struggling with how to get organized with all this. You know, I know a lot of us struggle with that, but I saw Sarah Marble post about this and I thought it looked amazing. So I went on Etsy, and I will post below where you can get this if you like it. But so in the front, business card holder, little pocket, you can hold a dry erase marker and some little sticky tabs. Here's your daily checklist. This is super important to do every day. These are just little things, you know, post on Facebook about Plexus, post personally, you know, follow up with a customer, follow up with an ambassador, follow up with one lead. You know, it's quick stuff. You know, watch a training video. That's really, really important. Monthly checklist, you know, again, just goals you can have for yourself that you want to get done during the month. Go silver, add 3 customers, you know, different stuff like that. And this is where it gets really good. So first is the reference section. This is where you have customer service number, email. You can put your own website, your ambassador number, your uplines info. This is where, you know, all the other emails that we need. Like if you have a question about the products, well, you can email productquestions@plexusworldwide.com. So I would write that down. Or, you know, compliance, it's compliance@plexusworldwide.com. So all these different ones that we need that I'm constantly digging for, I'm really excited that I'll have in one place. Then we have your income producing activities. Those are things that you should do first. And this is just some of them. There's a lot more. But if you log on Facebook and go straight to your messages and just start answering messages, that's not really income producing. That's more administrative. So income producing would be like post engaging posts, or going to lunch with somebody, or following up with a lead. Like that kind of stuff is income producing, not administrative. So you always want to do that first. Then you have your calendar, and then I like back here. So they have a spot for your Franks list. And if you don't know what your Franks list is, that is friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kid connections, and spousal connections, okay? So having a list, a written out list, is so important. I cannot stress this enough, okay? So when I started all this, I thought, oh, I know who I want to talk to about, and I just kept it all in my head. And guys, I missed so many opportunities because of this, because I just simply forgot about people. And I mean, some of them even went with other friends because I didn't talk to them about it, and they're now doing Plexus with somebody else instead of on my team. So have this list, reach out to those people, because I am telling you now, if you do not tell them about it, somebody else is going to. Okay, Plexus is growing like crazy because the products worked. They really are helping people. And so use this to help you see who it is that you need to reach out to. Okay, so on the next page, I'm going to show it to you, but so the K is if the person knows that you're a Plexus ambassador. Okay, put a check there, because you know, that way you have reached out to them. See if you have actually personally contacted them about Plexus. And so that shows this list right here. You write their names. You know, I don't know why they picked K, but anyway, so you would mark that if they already know that you're an ambassador, and then this if you've actually talked to them about it. So you want to make sure you get all this checked, but they give you so much room, guys. I know on the Road to Maui training video, they talked about making a list of 100 people and making it your goal to contact 10 of them a week. And at the end of those 10 weeks, loop back around for follow-up and start following up again and continually go through that list. And if you have somebody who is a firm no, they never want to hear from you again about Plexus, take their name off and replace them with somebody else, okay? That is the road to success with this. I'm telling you, if you are consistent with that, then it's going to get it done. It really is. And if you need help knowing how to reach out, please let me know. But so next is leads, our leads tab. This is somebody that you have talked to about Plexus, okay, those people on that list, and say they're kind of interested, or at least they're not telling you no and shutting you down. This is where you're going to put their information, their name, their address, their contact info. You know, how did you contact them? Did you call them? Did you Facebook them, email them, in person, a text? You really want most of this to be either in person or on the phone. I'd say the next would be text. If you don't have their phone number, then obviously Facebook or email would be the next best. Were they referred by somebody? If you met them out and about, like say you met them at a birthday party, friend them on Facebook as fast as you can. So you want to make sure this always says yes. You want them to see what you're doing. So getting, you know, if I'm out and about with somebody and I met a lady at the hair salon the other day and I was like, oh, are you on Facebook? Yeah, sure. Okay, type your name in. I want to friend you. And she didn't even know why I was friending her, but now she's going to start seeing my stuff. So, you know, your relationship with them, if they are interested, is it for health, weight, or the business? It's good to remember that. Did you give them a sample? If so, what day did they start it and what's their feedback? You want to make sure to check in with them. Any health issues that they had, here's some over here, but if it's not on this list, then you can write it here. And then follow-up. Okay, follow-up is important. The fortune is in the follow-up. We always hear that. So this is the date that you followed up, the method that you followed up, either in person, Facebook, email, phone call, or text. Again, you want it to be either phone call or in person as much as possible, and then the other ones could come after that. And then you can write notes, you know, on this side for what was discussed. Most people aren't going to order the very first time you talk to them. Please do not get discouraged by that. Following up is so important. Most people is the 8th to 12th time that you contact them. I have people, I am almost 2 years in, and I have people still now that I've been following up with for 2 years who are finally deciding to do this, okay? We're not all ready right when you talk to them. It took me 11 months to listen to my cousin before I decided to do this. So she continued to follow up though, and now I'm a senior Ruby on her team. So you never know when somebody is going to be ready for this, when it's going to be right. So just guys, make sure to keep track of following up. And that's why this is helpful. This helps you not forget about them. And this helps you see, wow, it's been 2 months since I followed up with them. I really need to check in, okay? So customers, it has a customers tab. This is important. Customers are potential ambassadors, okay guys? So you really want to make sure, sorry if I'm shaking the camera. You really want to make sure that you are consistent about this. This is where you put their name, contact info, you know, what kind of contact do they prefer? Do they prefer in-person, Facebook, email, phone call? I try to start calling them right off the bat so that is all they're used to. You know, 4 or 5 days after they order, I'll give them a call. Hey, wanted to see if it got there. How's it going? Is it there yet? It's not? Okay. Well, give me a call when it does, or text me when it does, and we'll go over everything and make sure that you know if you're taking it right or not. And then, you know, you've got other stuff here, you know, why were they interested in trying this? Most people with customers, it's going to be health or weight, health issues, you know, and then here is where you can write where they retail, preferred, inventory. This is where you can write the day you're checking in on them. Customers, follow up a lot with customers. Okay, guys, you really, really want to, you know, make sure that everything's going well for them. And that can only happen if you're staying on top of how they're taking it, if they're getting their water in, if they're happy with it, if they're not. So, you know, really focus on that. The next thing we have here, and hold on, I'm going to flip it so you don't see private information from someone, is our ambassadors tab. This is where you keep track of your ambassadors, your team. If you don't have a team yet, you will. So just pay attention to this part as well. I really, really love this. Okay, so this has, you know, the same preferred contact. When did they join? Obviously your friends. Did they get a welcome pack? What Facebook groups did you add them to? I like this because it's hard for me to keep track after somebody joins of what I did and did not add them to. If they start asking me questions about PCOS, well, I can look here and see, oh, I didn't add them to the PCOS testimony page. I need to make sure to do that. You know, and then I'll know. Or if they ask me and I see, oh, I added them to that. Okay, now I can tell them to go look in there. What level are they to me? Their why. Why are they doing this? Training dates. We need to have constant training dates going, okay? I'm really going to be working on this, on setting up consistent times to work one-on-one with people with their business. And so that's something that I want you to focus on with your team as well. Health issues that they have, health concerns. But this, I really like this bottom part. So this helps them see what they're doing. You can keep track of it for them, okay? So in their first month, what was their PV at the end of the month? What was the size of their team? Did they recruit anybody? You know, how did it go? Because then a couple months in, you guys can look back and, okay, your team hasn't really done anything, or your PV's gone backwards. So let's see what we can tweak. Let's see what we need to do. We need to change things up, obviously. Or they can see, wow, I have been killing it. I have doubled my PV. Like, that's awesome. And then that's great motivation for them to see it. So I really like that part of this. But this is a great way to keep track of your team. And then finally, it's the notes section. I'm going to be using this to record stuff from training videos I watch that I really like, that I want to make sure I save. So, you know, obviously just use the notes section for whatever you want. But that's the binder. And again, I will post where you can get it, but I think this is really, really going to help with organization. And I know I've talked to at least like 7 or 8 of you that are also struggling with that. So hope it helps. Hope you guys get it, and I will talk to you later.